Hey everyone, this is Scott Hart, aka Sergeant Zippy, bringing you my very first tutorial here today. My very first tutorial, I'm going to be doing a set of them. They're all going to be primarily dealing with web design, which is what I'm planning on going into more in depth with my degree that I'm currently seeking in computer science. Going to be doing a couple tutorials for you. A few of them are going to be in this program as you see before you called Blender. A few in Flash and also a few in Dreamweaver. Um, just a few key programs that most web developers will use throughout their time of web developing. And today's tutorial is going to be done in Blender. This is Blender 2.54 beta. Yeah, this one is 2.54 beta. Currently, I do believe they're at 2.56. I think it's an alpha release though, so I don't think it's gonna be as great. I also hear it's kind of buggy as well. Anyway, this tutorial is gonna be done in Blender 2.54. If you don't have it, you can just go online, find it probably from Blender. Blender.org is their website. And today's tutorial is going to be on how to create a diamond. Had a little bit of trouble with this starting out. I couldn't exactly figure out how to do it. I had to do some modeling things that I haven't tried before, and they actually kind of worked out for me, so I kind of lucked out in the end. So anyway, like I said, today's tutorial is going to be on how to create a diamond. And what we're going to do here in the viewing area, we have set before us a cube. And originally when I had been working on this tutorial and figuring out how to model it, I tried working with a cube in modeling the diamond. And so what I did is I cut out these bottom three vertices and merge them into one, and then tried having 8 different points up here on the top. And then I realized, wait a second, diamonds will look a little bit different. So I decided to go and actually take a look at a picture of a diamond on the internet. And this is what I found. Just doing a straight up Google search for diamond, found a lot of good stuff. And one thing I noticed, just say in this particular instance of a diamond, diamonds from the bottom vertice to this, I like to call it the mid ring, right here, there's no real straight cut in between, like no straight lines in between this bottom vertice and these other vertices over here as well. There's always some type of angle in between them. And I was trying to figure out how to do that. I kind of found a way to mimic that. Not to a full degree, obviously. In my picture, I kind of got away with it just because of the lighting. But you'll notice that actually this thing is literally all triangles. That's all it is. But the great thing is, because of the lighting, it still gives it the appearance of a diamond. A nice fat diamond at that. All right, anyway, and so I'm going to teach you how to create that. And what you're going to do is coming in here into Blender. I could have just alt-tabbed back into that. We need to work with something different. We need to work with something that has a lot of different cuts. And so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to do that by pressing X, get rid of that to delete it. And we're going to add an icosphere. So you press Shift A, and it's a mesh that we're going to add. It's the icosphere right here. These are all different types of meshes that you can add and play around with. And so we're going to do an icosphere. Now the reason we're going to do that is because if you look in here, literally everything is a triangle. It's just a sphere made up of triangles, and I really like that. Now, as with modeling this yourself, you can do whatever you want. What you could do is just move stuff around, get rid of points, merge different things together. I know if you were to get rid of, let's just say this vertex right here, get rid of that, and then you're going to select these 4 vertices, form a face, and select these 4 vertices, form a face. You know, those are different things that you can do with modeling, trying to figure out how you want this thing to look. gotta go back here, hold on. There we go. Just for the modeling of the diamond. For time purposes, I'm just going to stick with the standard icosphere, move a couple of the vertices around and call it good just because of the time length. Feel free in your own time to just go crazy with the modeling, because the better the modeling, the more realistic the diamond will look. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the modeling as much as I want to do with the actual settings of the materials. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into front view. Oh, front view here. Oh, I need an orthogonal view. Okay. For those of you who had no idea what I just did, I had gone from perspective view right here into orthogonal view. And I did that by pressing 5 on the number pad. You can also do that by going here to view and then view perspective. And then I went into the front view, which to do that, you just press 1. The reason I'm going with the orthogonal view is it gives, if I'm in a straight front, left, right, top, or bottom view, or from the back, I have these guides to help me out. And I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I need to get the top of the diamond all flat, because you'll notice over these pictures, diamonds, whenever they're always cut with a flat top. Why? I have no idea, but I guess that's what we've chosen to have as a social norm. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to select all these top 5 vertices. And the way you select multiple vertices, if you're kind of new to Blender, I'm going to give little tips on that for new people in this tutorial, is just hold down the shift button, and that way you can select multiple vertices at the same time. So with these 5 vertices surrounding that top vertice all selected, I'm going to press 5 again. Whoop, not 5, 1. And we're going to drag this on up. And that should do it. Yep, cool. We're working here. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this into object mode just to make sure that's flat. And yes, it is. So now we have a flat top. By the way, for those of you who are new, to go in between edit and object mode, you just press the tab button. Another thing that I wanted to mention, trying to remember what it was. If it's important, I'll remember it later. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to drop this top piece down, because diamonds from their midpoint right here to their top point is not a very long distance comparatively in the form of a diamond. You'll notice that the distance from the top to the middle ring is roughly about 1/3 of the distance from the mid ring to the bottom. Maybe, yeah, it's about 1/3. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to drop this face down in relation to that. So what we're going to do, go back into view 1 with also this middle point selected. I'm going to drop it down to right about there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and now what we need to do, we need to select the following row below that, what we just dropped. Back down into here. I'm going to drop it a bit and also shrink it just a bit, not a whole lot. Yeah. Let's see here. Kind of a straight up shot there. Maybe bring it in a little bit more. Nah. Right about there. That looks good. Okay. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. For those of you who are new, to move stuff around on the screen like that, you hold down the shift button and then the mouse wheel, and then that'll move you around. Also, to move around this way,